You're on YouTube.
Have a whole heap of bloopers. Righto, the first one I'll tie a simple bread fly. So there's heaps of different ways you can tie it, heaps of different materials you can use. There's you can buy merino wool at Spotlight, which is good for just, it's nearly like egg yarn, tie it on a similar way and you just clip it to whatever size you want. The good old white chenille, polypropylene floating yarn. If you don't want your fly to sink, use this stuff because it'll never sink. I've tied flies with it and I've put sinkers on and it still won't go down. So it's really good stuff. And similar to the weed flies, the tapestry yarn does the same thing. So I'll tie the simple one with the bread fly with the chenille first. Now the hooks I use, I just go to BCF and buy the mustard O'Shaughnessy's stainless steel because they're like the stinger hooks type hooks. The eyes are straight through. They're not, and the hooks aren't curved to the side. Now this is a very simple bread fly I've seen how to tie before. The option, if you want it to sink a little bit quicker, you can always put a bit of lead around it. Several types. You can use the lead wire, or if you know any plumbers, they have the sheets of lead flashing. It's only about a mil thick or less than a mil thick. You can cut it into nice little thin strips and use the lead flashing as well. Some people like to just cut a length off. I don't. I end up with too much waste. Always just pull a little bit off the end, so you're actually tying the thread of the chenille down and not the actual chenille, and then it's just nice tight winds down the hook. I usually go just past the bend, just past the point of the hook, and then just wind it back over itself again. So basically just 2 layers. And then just to tie off. Yeah, I get chipped a lot with some people because I rarely ever use the whip finishing tools. Squash the back of there a little bit so it's not blocking the eye. I just do a couple of little half hitches. Depending on the size of the fly, I'll either do 1 or 2. I've never ever had a thread come undone on a fish. The only time I've ever had the thread come undone is when I've cut it too close and I've cut the knot off. And then you slowly watch all your materials unravel. Or you do the mad dash trying to wrap your thread on. Now I use this. It's a super glue with a little brush applicator. You get it from, you used to be able to get it in Coles, but for some reason or other they've stopped. But you can still buy it in Big W in the hardware section in a nice little 5ml bottle. And if you don't, if the brush is too big, if you're tying like finer flies, you can just use your bodkin needle, and that's it. Simple bread fly.